Right, I'm back. I know at the end of the last one I said I wouldn't skip this week, or whatever that week would have been, but I started working on an animation, and that was taking up a lot of my time, but I think it turned out really cool, so it's on my YouTube channel if you want to see it. It was played at Cartoon Therapy, the live stream, and it was really fun. Definitely like check that out on Twitch too. It's part of a whole story. It's hard to explain if you don't watch that. I think people, if they're watching me, probably know me from there. But yeah, that took up a lot of time, and I definitely want to animate some more and add some more stuff to my streams, and when I really start streaming regularly, I think it'll be cool. Maybe even make a background instead of this picture I took. And then I also upgraded my graphics card to GTX 970. I know. Huge. Huge. But yeah, I still got some more things to do to my computer because it gets a little hot in there now because I updated. I got some more RAM too, so I might even be able to up the quality settings on this, but I'll have to play around with that a little bit. But I'm excited. So I watched the end of the last video just to kind of try to remember. I know I found another body, and I was about to talk to a guy that I saw hanging out. I just talked to a rich guy and his son, and yeah, let's try to jump back in here and see, because I think it's been about a month. I'll get it together eventually. Okay. Yeah, here we are. Okay, there's two guys. We'll get right into it.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys.
Whoa.
Not out of this gem.
Oh, it's the woman's husband,
There's
I think.
a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Gary, the crypto-fascist. Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Moral, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the AL-81.
Lots of things just happened. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't know. Every time I think I shouldn't say something, I probably should. Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
I guess you're right. It was really the sign's fault. Anyway, you can go back now.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Now I'm curious here.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
I don't want to harp on the Lena thing. I mostly just want to know about the weird stuff you're trying to get. Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, First of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
There are a lot of reeds.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sorts of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
That makes sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
That's weird.
You're beginning to
So weird
suspect
when that
there's
happens.
something paranatural about this phasmid.
Paranatural. How big is it?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
I do love those little stick bugs. I saw one on my door, like, last year. I don't have a picture of it somewhere. It was huge.
Seems puny, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there are some about that big in the world. Why are you so interested in the stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Okay, I just had to check to make sure the audio was working. I did not want that to happen again. Okay, not yet.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Oh, okay. That was it. Okay.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lena said there's been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
I do really hope I get to see one of these, though. Because I don't know, I haven't looked up anything about this game. I've been trying to avoid spoilers so much, so I have no idea. Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis?
Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
Yeah. Oh, there's the right-wing response. This arouses no special feelings in me. I think it's sarcasm. That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not
I'll get
look
a bit better at reading, I
impressive,
promise.
but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps?
Yes,
How do the traps work?
simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts.
That's what I thought he said.
Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
What do you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
How did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
So you're living your childhood dream out here.
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Oh. Have you ever discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have been proven to be real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Then the Insulindian phasmid will be the 3rd.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
Well, I want to believe.
The hair on your arms stand up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing.
Should I say everything. Sometimes I think it doesn't matter. I think I've said that before. Yeah, thanks for explaining.
Yes?
Lena seems eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
It's very sweet story.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
You know, Gary, sound a bit like a fascist over there. I'm trying to come up with a clever name. Time Nazi. Yeah, I'll think of something. I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She's sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Absolutely, Inland.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you should go back to the whirling, warm up, and come back to check your traps later.
No, no, no. The traps
all right,
need to be
okay, all
monitored
right.
on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Well, I'm very interested. Chaos is my method, and I am its scion.
Well, be that as it may,
I don't think you
I'd
should
really
trust me.
appreciate the help.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
The water... Where are these traps? Okay. I see some of them, but...
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near.
Okay, so those things aren't the traps beside them.
Another
Okay.
we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them... You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
Of course we do. Aren't you having fun?
Even relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun. But have it your way, detective.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed.
Oh,
It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
oh God. Lay it on me, thick.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I've been looking for a new cologne.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
I don't like that the fascist agreed with
Thank
me.
you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
Let's talk about specific cryptids.
All right?
Let's go down this road again.
What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Okay, so I need to talk to Gary first? Oh my god. We can talk about the gnome. Is it Jeroma? I know about the most dangerous cryptid, the gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
He doesn't want to make it feel like you knowing it is some big deal.
I see. Living? No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
The dread moose?
Yes, the dread moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Hold on, does it attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will.
Okay, what does the dread moose look like?
Just like an ordinary ardent moose.
Okay. Well, the moose are scary already, so that's, I'd run away from that. Then how can you tell if it's the ordinary or the dread kind?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
I'm just gonna go all in. I am 100% behind the dread moose. I utterly believe it exists. Utterly.
Of course you do.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. But, of course, nothing satiates the skepticism of.
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question things.
Understood, Lieutenant.
I like this dynamic of Kim being the straight man and I'm just crazy. Love it. I don't remember how to say all of these. I know the biggest cryptid, the giant of Kokonor.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
Have you seen it?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Kokonor. No,
Okay.
and I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
I know about Cryobacter catalensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one. Thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time.
A bit of jealousy there. He'd want that glory, truth be told, even if he'd have to inject himself with bacteria to get it.
Although,
Very specific.
probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nong-Ok,
The Nong-Ok?
a flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nong-Ok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal, who knows.
I've seen a picture of owl legs. Like regular owls, their legs are really, really long. They're just hidden underneath all those feathers. It looks funny.
When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the auk hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Just tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid.
No offence, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
Enough tells then. Let's change the subject.
By all means.
I'll get going. Oh. Okay, I'll talk to this dude. Crystal it. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. Alright, let's talk to the ashes here.
Hello,
He's talking
I'm
about good
Gary.
old days.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
Of course you respect me.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Oh my god.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook.
Do it. Write
Yellow man.
everything.
That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in mind for later.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Pretty funny responses here. Degenerates? I've been trained to identify the slightest hint of degeneracy by the preeminent authority on it.
Oh, I didn't mean it in any scientific way.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent.
No, he's not.
No one is.
Oh. I have that mug with me. Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
It seemed as if you were calling it longingly when you cried Yellow Man. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, no, that's not... Why would I be calling to a broken mug?
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, And I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
Ooh. Should I find him, or do I get more information if I don't? I'm finding him. I am. For 250 real, the maximum.
Oh, God. 250? How am I gonna pay that?
I'm gonna ruin your life.
Okay. I'll work harder. I'll pay it off.
There you
I
go.
promise.
You're a good little fascist.
It's, in a way, admirable how quickly he composes himself after such a blow. This man digs authority, even when it's bullying
He
him.
likes that.
And I'll never do it again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
It's a good choice to find him then. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into the trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Dude,
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
How'd you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get in everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
No, Kim. You should feel disgraced. Okay.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
8%. That doesn't look good. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
What does he do then? This feels like a good opportunity to dominate him.
It does. What do you do then, if not cryptozoology?
Oh, this and that.
Sounds intriguing.
Sometimes.
See, he's being evasive. Shake him up. Show him who's boss.
That's not an answer.
I just didn't want to bore you with unnecessary detail, officer. I work as a special courier. You know, urgent deliveries, overnight deliveries, deliveries to out-of-the-way locations.
So you deliver things? What kind of things?
Oh, I don't know the contents, officer. Part of my job is discretion.
Fascinating. Let's talk about something else.
Yes, officer?
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
The lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
I don't want to. My composure is not good. Okay. So Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
And you're a big man from Gemdal fan?
How?
Saw the ridiculous poster in your apartment, along with all your other colonialist memorabilia.
But why were you in my apartment, officer?
Mr. Everett Clare asked me to get your door open. I figured I'd take a look around while I was at it.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
Our discussion on this topic is over, Gary.
Of course. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation.
Good. Okay, Kim, we're getting there. Alright, thank you for your cooperation. Alright. Let's save the game here. Boy bobs in the water. Number on it says 11.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything interesting.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
What's this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Okay. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Over here. Oop. Let's see. I can level up. Awesome. Oh shit. Okay. Can I revert it? Oh, that's easy. Okay, good. I mean, I like inland. Authority is good. I think I was putting all of my stuff in authority so I could talk to that sea bass guy. I don't even remember his real name now. I'll go with that. I think I might put my tie back on. Been thinking about this. So the who put the clothes in the trash. Analyze Gary's composure to see if he's hiding something more. I mean, I just figured that out though, right? Okay. Dead body on the boardwalk. Call the station about the dead body. Examine the library card you found on the dead man. Okay, let's go ahead and do that then.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Oh, look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
I'll look on the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 00502552211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
All right. Call the Jamrock Public Library for information. Okay. Check the traps for Morrell, the cryptozoologist, so he and his friend Gary can get some rest. There are 4 traps in total. Okay. So I probably check them now. And I do hope that it tells me where they are. Because I know he told me, but I don't know where anything is. But I'll probably walk around and explore anyway. There we are. I know they said one was next to the church. And Lillian, she was the cool one, right? Land's End, far northeast of the Feld building. Okay, the one he just set up. Boathouses. Check the trap near the canal you crossed. Where's the Feld building? Okay. You know, I'm just gonna keep walking around. There's a lot to see. I'm sure there's more people to talk to. Is that a bottle? No? Okay. Oh. Nice. No boat in the boathouse today. Some medicine. Boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. Oh, there we are.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
I'll look around.
Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. They rustle confidentially, in tune with the pitter-patter of the rain. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
Can I reach for the trap?
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Okay. Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one.
No, you weren't.
Ancient paint is peeling off the roof. The shaded bench covered in rust. I think I was up here already, right? Yep. No.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall,
Okay, I wasn't.
reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, Cam, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely going on down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general, average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Okay. Some money, I like this. Okay. Go over here. Old ticket booth. Okay. Sunglasses. Dazzling reflexes. Visual calculus. -1 on that. I like them though. Ultimate peak focus. And then lack of perception. Interesting. It's a hat. Oh, composure right there, huh? +1. I don't know if I'm gonna be clever enough to dress for every occasion. Rhetoric, bum brain. Alright. Keep that one. Tools. Oh, okay. Sturdy bottled beer that tastes like piss. Not that you would know how piss tastes like. Just a guess. The label says it's made in Rajah by Lafayette Podent Brewery. Okay. If I can take these things or what the deal is with that. Door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. Oh, another box. Sweet. People pay money to park here? No one would pay now. Great observation on that. I know I have to go back through the bridge that I came through. I think there's a track there. Oh. Okay. Did I? Let's see. Oh. Can. All right. Nice. Check that. Maybe a little too soon.
This
but...
is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But
What's
the
around?
reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake in the lazily falling rain. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
I'll reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Let's keep going. The next one is a lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize.
Ooh, I get stuck on a lot of stuff here. I don't really know where I'm going, so... Wherever I've already been. I know I've been there. Everything's very close together. Oh, the phone. I think I might have been putting some sort of stats for the phone too, but I forgot. Really want to figure out that phone situation. Maybe I'll try again.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. This life is garbage. You dial the number again, as you've done many times. You remember it well now. 001 41 44 47 11 17 361 451 67 451 451.
Remember.
Calling. 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 And calling for who knows how long. But no one answers. You need to insert more money to call again.
You want my money? It's 10 cents, bro.
The cold metal is hard and hurts your knuckles. You look at them, turning purple.
You want more money, huh? You want fucking money? I might break the phone. Maybe not.
It didn't give you any fun for that money. Your hand is turning blue now. Blood drips to the ground.
This is not good. Not a good look. Sorry, Kim.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff, and despair.
Kudos.
Anti-object task force. I'm gonna give myself some health. And move along. Let's just forget that happened. I think I went in there already.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Official force. I know I've tried that. I think that, oh, yeah, if that didn't work, this might not. What do we have here? Check the trap, I see. Yeah, I've been wanting to do the volumetric shit compressor. But I have to unlock a new slot.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Let's go.
A minute or so of mauling away at the lock has led to no success. The pry bar in your hand has given you zero mechanical advantage.
You can give me a hand, you know.
I'm not as sturdy as you are. I have even less leverage.
Well, come on.
The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock.
This is locked now. Put skill points in a physical instrument. Okay. All right. Oh, this is new. The rusty gear is used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. Shit. No, I want to check this out first. Barrel has been recently discarded. but it smells of fuel oil. Okay.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Okay. Well, it's impossible to open, so... let's wait on that. Save. Ooh. Shirt. Polo. Rhetoric. What's a polo anyway? -1 empathy. That makes sense. Well, wait. This would probably look good with my hat, honestly. The polo. Seems like it would fit. I do miss my other hat. I might put that on later. Oh! There's the trap.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
I'll reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
Bummer it wasn't in here.
I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one of these.
That's a good point. Campfire from a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. Ooh. It's too rusty to climb. Oh. Oh my god, is that another tie? My tie's gonna be pissed. Is it a nice tie? Springtime cold and gives me allergies. What, -2 on that, huh? Forgot if I've been this way. I have. Okay.
Winter, slow to let go of Rivershore. Flecks some more wet snow from above.
Look around.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles, grey and red forgotten city blocks, what remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black, Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boomtown. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royan,
Lorraine?
where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
Les Petits Rats.
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safre and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard. How can it be pure if it's magenta?
How can it be pure if it's magenta?
Snow falls, and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know.
Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few petits rats return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
That's all?
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further?
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret.
What's in the north?
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the revolution.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection, way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Morien, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox.
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still...
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south?
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning.
Hey.
Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
I kind of wish, as it was talking about places, it would move the camera to those places. Even if it doesn't show everything, I get it if I'm gonna go there eventually. But just to give me, like, a horrible sense of, like, I don't know, direction, remembering things. So seeing things while I'm hearing about it would, I don't know.
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, Wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into
talking to
a
wind.
concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it, but who knows?
Stomp your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow, and finish the thought.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
You're right, Kim. Totally right. One more trap. Painted with pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. This game is like dense, dude. For you, a drawbridge. For you, a drawbridge. Can only be lowered from one side. Am I gonna be able to walk there? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know I could walk under that. Well, now that I'm over here... That's good.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
I'll push it over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
Okay. More tribalistic markings. The post is covered in little humanoids. The pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash from some unending party. Oh, is there a party? Is that music I hear?
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume
Okay.
this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
No.
I'll keep watch.
Thank you, Kim. Ooh. This is awesome. I needed a change of scenery. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. Speaker. The big kind they use for live music. Oh, no, 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 no. I thought I was just looking at the rug. I'll go back in. Okay.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with
Noid?
earrings looks at you suspiciously.
That makes sense.
And Egghead. Egg!
Oh.
Together
like a
with a little
Pokemon.
burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. This place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
Should have put on my composure clothes. Let's see. I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dopeheads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
They're spooky. What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noy to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
Ooh. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is good enough. No one lives forever, baby.
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought.
The cage of the rage! Rough blaze!
Egg means the situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person. Well, I guess I'd try. I probably won't.
It's as if time has
Oh, wow.
frozen
It
somehow.
worked.
You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye.
Oh, shit.
Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch, goddamn asshole. What's wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now?
Man,
I fucked
I'm
that up.
super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Bend your face in mockery of this useless contrition. You almost murdered me. A cop. That's use of lethal force.
I
What's wrong?
really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
The least you could do.
I hope that
I will take
settles
his
it.
money.
Or wait. The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved? Or better safe than sorry, anything more you can tell me?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone?
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So, from like a gaggle of junkies to a woman and a thing. Well, what was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Non-human
thing?
means a predator.
It was this dark shape
Thank you,
climbing
Fat
upside
Boy.
down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a
Okay.
cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
ambush behavior. Nod. Crabman.
Crab man!
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution.
Well, it has to be the cryptid.
Learn all you can before entering that dark building. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Jacked up to some snuff station?
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations, where you can listen to people getting killed on and jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Ooh, okay.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff. We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
How can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of bestiality. Oh my god. I forgot how to say this word. On the church. Who are they?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Okay. Before we go on, what do you mean by meteoran?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country, on Muindi. On the Muindi Isla.
Oh, the founding party. I do know them, but can you refresh my memory?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the Innocentic system, no?
they sound like exactly the kind of people who would want loud dance music in their church.
You're right, they do.
The Pericanassian Church is about love, and Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Okay, nod, head, no words. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse? I guess love can be pretty hardcore. You're right. How could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love. Pericanassian Church, okay. On second thought, no, this is too much. No sane organization would want this level of absurdity going on in their church. No words, enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
Okay, so I can do other things too, got it. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Yep. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse, you look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
I'll say you're right.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Yakokota.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses! Do it for the crew!
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let
The
the
necktie.
disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on and then dance there, motherfucker!
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Okay. Alright.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
My logic's not good. Okay, that's all for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Okay, so Egghead?
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets,
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you
I
think?
solved the egghead puzzle? Okay. Wild, I want to see. Where's the child I used to be? I can only talk to these two. Okay. Cool. And then, I think that's the girl that saw it? Alright.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice, with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, Posse. It's
She's a
cold
lot more
out here,
chill.
but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone
I have
knows
hats.
drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
I should, and I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. Ended.
Like a
Shit.
crab, you say?
She said end of story. What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
You were wrong. I do believe you.
Why?
Well, strange things happen.
Okay then. They certainly do around me.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
A very good idea. What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay. Maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
Yeah, I don't know either. What's that device you have there?
this is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
In the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Oh.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
Oh. Like grind?
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have a concrete evidence that I rock, in the form of a wrecked tape player and a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
Drama says that, but it also says failure. And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Cool. Okay, I'll just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
Oh,
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
This is where a hat would come in handy. I think I will give her my hat.
Thanks.
I think that was my favorite hat. Oh no, it was the hat on my head. Okay, we're good. You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean the one Andre's got planned, the church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff, like this tape recorder, but bigger.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
You said it's supposed to be a music place. Do you mean... Oh, I already asked that. I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As a mean wind comes billowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here.
Oh, come on.
Not in a million years.
What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Electronic instruments, like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes.
Nope. I already said that. Enough about the church then. I had another question.
Go ahead.
Should I try the empathy? The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. I gave her the hat. +1. Empathy. Yeah, I'll say it. It's probably not for it.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable. At your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in a failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
Oh. The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it.
There is little you can do to help her now. But given the chance, you feel like you should. There is something about her. A weightiness. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
You said eating me? There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there's something, that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the plight of the working class.
Oh. Really?
The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creator and slave alike. I fear the process is irreversible.
Wow. Social justice really matters that much to you? That's commendable. It really had you shaken up there. Are you sure that's it, though?
I haven't seen much of this world, but from what I've seen, social justice is an adolescent term. It sounds almost liberal. What's got me shaken up is the people's struggle, and it's got me shaken up bad.
Yeah, man. They're pretty bad.
It makes me sick thinking about the thousands, millions, billions. How many people are there, actually? How many people are there in the world?
3.6 billion, not counting those in sale.
Really? That many? Reduces me to tears thinking of 3.6 billion, and God knows how many more are in that soul place, crushed under the tyranny of the market.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Are you sure you're not just hung up on some chick, though?
Perhaps.
I think I am. I'm positive. Now, I had some questions for you before all this started.
Go ahead.
It's definitely not a chick. This is all just, you know, me just caring about other things. Definitely not hung up on my ex. Actually, that's it for now.
Okay. Bye.
Even though I called her 15 times on a payphone. That's fine. I'm pretty sure that was her anyway. Save. Well, that was pretty fun. Let's see what else we have. I can level up. I should probably level up on something else because everything's looking pretty not good. Empathy would be nice because that came up. Practice the art of persuasion. Sneak under their noses. Composure. I mean, composure would probably be good. See, hear, smell everything. Hand-eye coordination. Endurance. All of that's going to come into play eventually, I suppose. Endurance, hand-eye coordination. understand creativity, see art in the world. That might be... Wield raw intellectual power. I mean... I'll go with that right now. Help the Ravers. I got the key though, that's good. Solve the egghead. But it said I solved it. There has to be some way to talk to this person. Oh, it was the... Okay. That was starting the task. Okay. Yeah, I know this game can be... It's very dialogue heavy, and there's a lot that I'm definitely missing as far as... I mean, it's given me all this information at once about the town and the towns around it. I'm assuming that people probably play this game more than once. And someone's home away from home, just like yours. I think the church is going to be a big thing. I might as well.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
I'm gonna get a drink though. Intermission. Alright. I'm back. Went ahead and took my dog out too and started growing these oyster mushrooms. I got one of those bags because, and they're like pink oyster mushrooms. They're like coming in. They're doing the whole germination thing now, and so they should be growing soon. And I think what I'm gonna do is try to get a bucket and put the rest of the germination stuff in there, and then just kind of keep trying to grow them. I'm learning a little bit as I go. I think that would be cool. Pretty easy to grow compared to other things and doesn't take a lot of space. So I just do it inside my apartment, so I think that'd be neat. I can't wait to try them. Okay. Let's do it. Wait, yeah. Open.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
Ooh. Wow. The strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. I like the music. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Okay. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. A portable Harman Wowshi tape recorder. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. Oh, it's one of those machines.
a machine stands in the corner. watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yes, but this machine looks just like the one in the doomed commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Rave Civic. This is the Rave Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Rave-compatible interim printer.
Wait, let me just investigate it, and I'll step behind the computer.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
I'll look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Fortress accident. Like the one in the doomed commercial area?
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log February to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Is it my birthday? A password? I'm really bad at giving passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Okay. Is it my birthday?
Still no.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated,
I think I have to print
revealing
it.
fluorescent play and print buttons. Nothing happens.
She said repeat the password, so is it the February-March thing? More of a forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional, some long-forgotten style. We go up these stairs, and go up and around. Okay. $1.50. That's awesome. Nope. Spider has spun its web around the wood-carved pillar. Something else over here. Wow. I like those. Empathy. I need that. Nice, okay. It says those jeans give me a god ass, but they cause itching. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. Oh. Wow, okay. It's a scar. Pain threshold. Bangers don't cry. I like that. I like the scarf. I want to change my hat, but this is super logical for a cop to wear this. Okay, that's what it says. That's funny. Super logical in that. What do these do? Balance the books? Logic? So it gives me less authority on that. Dazzling reflexes. Oh, right, because I gave my other hat away anyway. Right? Empathy.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as I can or stomp my feet and clap my hands. I'm gonna yell.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
I'll stomp my feet.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Turn to Kim. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing, on its premises.
Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
I'll look up to the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Well, I can't see shit, so 17%. What if I don't want to know what's up there?
The silence, the darkness, they've enveloped you as in a cocoon. You cannot move anymore. Relax. It'll be okay.
It can't be retried. The creature's up there, I know it.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
Try to make out something, anything.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height. It's like you see your own face reflected back at you in the vanishing geometry. A strange, alien image that's supposed to be you.
Blink. Oh.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Person. It looks like a lot like a person.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Oh. Is it possible?
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Crab Man. Say nothing, be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
I don't know about this. The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Yeah, I guess I've been sorry. Yeah, I guess I have been a bit of a problem. And it's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
I'm actually here on behalf of some young people looking to establish a nightclub. Great, more patronizing, so original.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Who do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? What is this shit?
It doesn't matter who I am, Way. I'm just bringing you the message of the mother's love. She don't want you to hang yourself on your own stubbornness. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point at the strange machines around you.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Wait, so there is another person living in the church? And it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Have you, by any chance, heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
Just tell me what's the password.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
Wait, do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
Turning a church into a nightclub. I have to say, it's a great idea. You should support it.
Absolutely, man.
Oh,
Wouldn't bother me
nice.
none to have them spin music in here. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Sorry, you just weren't moving like a human.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
What were you before you became the crab man?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
I lost my memory too, and it haunts me.
No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry. Extend your hand for a greeting.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who is this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Faith is kind of a drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
Let's agree to disagree.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the Mother's glory.
Can you sing for me? Sing for me something?
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Are these yours? I show him the scarf and the shoes I found laying around. I'm wearing the shoes, by the way.
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Good, because I really like these shoes. Right, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, Essay.
That was an interesting conversation.
That it was.
However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
Ta'ola. What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
Ta'ola, what's that?
Ulogu theodos, xino zausin, ipoli osithien, echondes fronisin.
Wait, what? Why did this... When did this countdown begin?
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Am I sure it's not just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism?
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Do I want to opt into this or opt out? I mean, I'll opt into everything, I guess. I do think the world might end soon.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
All right. I can kind of hear the sounds when I walk over the place. It's cool. Well, I know the password now.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The
Let's
speaker.
go.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. Good. Please repeat. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
I think I asked this in the other one, but what are you, a machine? Are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat. Is this the personal log?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Oh. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident.
I didn't expect Kim to whisper. That was interesting.
As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio
Dream
equipment.
job.
Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark. Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Does it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk all day to people like you over a warm cup of tea.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me why you're calling Fortress Accident.
Oh, you know. I think I'm done.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
I'll read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Wait, narcotics? I'll look around the derelict building.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
I'll read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
I'll read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. Artists, yet again. Harassing citizens, stealing badges, occupying public spaces with installations, like the one here. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
A data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artist programmers, Lexi. Who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
I'll read the 5th entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now.
I can tell.
I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this
Impossible.
person here in the first place.
You're on board with me. You're so into this, Kim. Okay, I'll read the 6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
Read the 7th entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
She must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into the radio computer. And the storekeeper must be... Okay, I can't read that.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
Well, here we are again.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines.
Read the 9th entry at the 10th.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
I'm not scared. Oh, she's just walking past me.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Well, both of these are a little stupid to say. We're not breaking in, I'm pursuing a mysterious lead, searching for my lost identity.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I got it right. Okay, I think what I'll do, I'll end it here, because this is exciting. And then we'll be done with that. Go ahead and save this. This was good. I'm glad I went into the church. Never said that before. Alright, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Now that I'm done working on the whole animation thing for now, I'll try to make it a little bit more regular, kind of like I was doing, but still new for me, so I'm still trying to figure out what works. But I will. Alright. See ya.